going on, guys? Welcome to the channel. Man, talk about luck. Came outside today to get in the truck to go somewhere. Look at that. Look at that. It's still dripping. Came out to a puddle. Parked it, fine. Come out the next day, not so fine. So I already dug into it a little bit and actually got my part already. The water pump decided to take a dump on me yesterday, I guess at some point. So we're gonna be doing that today. Giving you guys a quick walkthrough on how to do that water pump. So we already went and got the pump, got the part. So this is the Napa part here, and it is a metal impeller pump. So we'll see. Let's see here. Getting closer. There we go. So this is a nice cast metal impeller pump, not a plastic impeller pump. So we're going to be putting that on to give you a nice. Those are nice impellers. That new seal and Go5 antifreeze. That's what these trucks take. So we're going to be doing that. But first, we need to show you guys under the hood, see what we need to do here. So let me get the hood opened up and I'll be right back. Alright guys, don't judge the prop rod, but you gotta do what you gotta do sometimes. That's another thing I'm gonna fix. So I don't think you're gonna be able to see too much down there right now, but there's a weep hole, and I'll show you more when we get it out. But there's a weep hole on the bottom of that water pump that you can't see from the top, and it's actually dumping out of that weep hole. So not gonna be too bad. Just gotta pull the belt off, and there's 2 bolts on that water pump, and it'll come out. And probably take a little bit of Scotch-Brite and clean that. But first thing I need to do is I need to find a bucket and start draining some coolant to get it at least, if you're gonna do this like I am in the driveway, you're gonna at least want to get the coolant level down below the water pump. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to take our bucket and find our drain valve. So our drain valve is right here. Right here. That's your drain valve. And you might need some pliers to break it loose, but get it draining. I'll put you guys down. Okay, got that draining. Bucket. A lot of times if you pull the radiator cap off, it'll help it drain that much faster because you're not creating a vacuum in the system. So we're going to let that drain for just a couple minutes, and then, well, I guess, hang on, I'm getting ahead of myself here. What we can do, and I'll put you guys up here. What we can do while we're letting that drain a little bit is we can get in here and we can start pulling our belt off. So just to show you guys, so what I did was I ended up taking my air box out, which is really helpful because you can get in here, see my breaker bars in there. I'm going to leave it in the tensioner because it's kind of a bear to get in there, especially with it all the way loose, you know, because right now it's up against the charge pipe, and if I let it go, it's going to come up even further, and it's not really going to help me out at all getting on it. So right now I can get onto, you probably can't see in there, but there's two, if I had to guess, and I'm pretty sure they're 10mm bolts that hold that water pump in. So we're going to be able to get in there and do that with the breaker bar in, so that's going to save some time. Let's see if I can find, let's see, we have, how much water are we out? The bucket's not even halfway full of water. We'll let it drain for a few minutes and then we'll come back and see if I can't get you guys in a place where you can actually see me working in there. I don't think I'm going to be able to pull it off, but we'll see. Alright, again, I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see in there, but I'm going to give you guys kind of the best chance I can. So, you see where my ratchet's at now. You can probably see better from right here. There's a 10mm there. Let me see if I can just get you guys to stay here. I don't think I can work in there when you guys are right there. But yeah, I can't work in there with you guys in the way. But so there's that one. Get it off. Right, push down. Okay, that's probably the best I'm going to be able to do for you guys, but we have the ratchet on the next one, if you can see the ratchet. And I'll show you guys the bolts again once we get it out, but I'll set you back up here while I'm working on it. Got them both. There's plastic on it. Bastards. Okay, so gasket's trash. Oh yeah. Bearings are out of it. Okay. Just that easy. We got it out. So let's see here. Hopefully the light's good enough to show you guys this in here. So what we have is okay, so what we have, this is our factory, well, probably not factory, it's been changed. This is the water pump that's in it. If you can see, we have some bearing play there. That's not good. So what we did was we lost bearings in our water pump, and this is the weep hole I was telling you about. It's in the bottom. You can't see that from the top, but it was running out of that weep hole pretty good. Let me show you this again. If you can see that, hopefully that shows up on video, that that bearing is moving compared to our new one, which has no movement. It's tight. So that's basically all we're gonna do. Is we're gonna go put this one back in, not back in, put the new one in. We already put the new O-ring gasket on the new pump. I went from a plastic impeller pump to a metal impeller pump. I trust metal more than I trust plastic. So I'm gonna go look and make sure that's clean enough. I'll probably hit it with some Scotch-Brite, which I have right here. Right here. Take a little bit of that and clean your surface up. I'm gonna go do that real quick. I'll come back, grab you guys, I'll grab the pump. Maybe I'll stick you down there and show you what it looks like. Then we'll put it back together. Alright. So, damn it, I forgot the flashlight. I'm always forgetting something. Let me show you guys down here. You can see that's what we're working with down there, is that water pump hole. You guys can see that. I cannot say it enough, but when you're doing stuff like this where you have a sealing surface, even though you get a generous O-ring or a generous gasket, you really should take the time to make sure you get it clean. Like I did with the Scotch-Brite. Any little bit helps. So I'm not going to be using any kind of sealant on this because you don't need to, because it's got this nice thick seal. So we'll get it slammed back in there, back in the hole. So I will tell you this while I'm getting my second bolt started. I am extremely fortunate that I noticed this in the driveway. If I would have tried driving on it much more, the bearings would have gone out. But the water pump would have locked up, would have left me stranded on the side of the road. So I am extremely, extremely fortunate this happened now and not while I was out. I don't take my word for this, but the newer trucks, they were having problems with the water pumps where they would go out to a point where it would burn the truck down. Now, hopefully somebody out there will correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that was an actual thing. So, I guess long story short, just know your truck. Know when something's off. When I came out this morning, it's been raining the last few days. The ground's dry, but I thought, well, maybe some water got in the cowl from the rain, and I didn't think anything of it. And then I thought, maybe I should check it out. So I'm glad I did, because when I got down on the ground and saw the water, it was not water. Antifreeze. Not happy about it, but it could be worse, guys. It could be a lot worse. We are I'll probably edit a lot out of this for you guys, because you don't need to watch this whole process. But right now we're in at about looks like 26-27 minutes into this water pump, and we're already putting the new one in. So if you wanted any kind of ammunition for a Dodge, Ford, Chevy argument, you're not gonna do this with a Chevy or a Ford. You're not gonna be a half an hour into a water pump and almost done. I just hate to say it to you guys, but there is a reason why I love this thing. Make sure when you're putting your belt back on that you're not halfway off a pulley. It's gonna ruin your day too. They'll fly off in a hurry. So I think we got our belt all the way back on. It's looking good. All I have to do now is put my air box back in. and fill it back up with water, run it, make sure I have no leaks. I'm gonna call this done. So let's get this finished up so we can move on with our day. Alright, like I told you guys in the beginning, GO5 goes in these trucks. What I'm going to do is, since this is a concentrate antifreeze, I'm going to put 1 gallon in. I'm going to fill this up with water. I'll put the water in. You want to do your best to maintain that 50-50 mix. You don't want too much water and you don't want too much antifreeze. Sure that's rubbers. Let's see here. Get old tools out of here. I'll leave the cap off for a minute. Alright, so there you have it. Half an hour, 40 minutes, water pump, beginning to end. It's pretty simple. I mean, any of you guys can do it. Let's start it up before we get too heavy here into the end, and make sure she doesn't leak. So there we have it. It's a little loud because she's running, but we're good. We're golden. No leaks, no problem. Belt stayed on. We're going to watch our water for just a minute. Make sure that all the air is out of the system there. There's a bleeder up top on these, right here. You can pull that bleeder if you really need to. Usually, well, I'm not going to say usually, but I'm not going to in this sense because I don't feel like I need to. So I'm going to let it run here for a while. Let the air run through it. Let the water run through it. And then take it for a drive later and make sure everything's copacetic there. But we'll shut this thing off. She's noisy. Alright, so I want to thank you guys for watching. Hopefully this doesn't happen to you, but if it does, hopefully this helps you. If you liked the video, go down below in the description, or not in the description, but go down below, hit the like button, and make sure you subscribe. This was kind of, I didn't have this planned, but I do have a lot more planned. A lot of cool stuff coming, and more how-tos on this. As you probably noticed, look, this is nasty. I gotta take this whole valve cover apart. I gotta take the whole valve cover off, take it apart, clean it, make sure it's sealing up good, which right now it's not. And while we have the valve cover off, might as well adjust the valves. So we'll go through that. So yeah, there's just a lot more to come. I hope you guys stick around, subscribe, like the videos, and if it did help or didn't help, or you have anything you want to say down below, feel free in the comment section. Don't be afraid to leave something there. So I'm gonna let you guys go. I'm gonna get this buttoned up, and we'll see you guys on the next one. Appreciate it.